Welcome back to Off the Pitch. My name is Blake. You can hear me on game days.
And my name is Marika, and you can see me on game days. But right now, we're taking it
Off the pitch.
Blake, this might be one of my favorite episodes we will film just all year long. You want to know why?
Why is that, Marika?
World Cup is here. MLS is back. The vibes are high. In Kansas City, let's say it, crushed it. We've been
Kansas City
crushing
has
it
been,
this summer.
I understand there are great cities that have hosted this World Cup, but Kansas City stole the show. I mean,
100%.
we saw so many amazing videos from the watch parties, the Netherlands national team, when they were here. I know that there was a lot of Dutch people here, but let's be honest, a lot of the fans that were at that march were from Kansas City.
I truly love that. I think every match we've had here so far, I think like all of Kansas Cityans are like, okay, which country are we?
We're
like,
jumping on.
We're just going to like adopt someone.
Yes.
And that's who we are like dying hard for.
The Algerian national team is now a part of Lawrence, Kansas. Like Lawrence, Kansas is a new
100%.
embassy of Algeria, I think now.
Well,
can we say that?
Am I crazy? Didn't they do that in like Boston, make like a sister city? Like maybe that's what we need to do.
Can Lawrence, Kansas,
Lawrence
or like a city somewhere in between Kansas City and Lawrence, like DeSoto? We'll say DeSoto.
Yeah,
DeSoto's the like new Algeria. You know how they have like New York and New Jersey? Yeah. Can we just be like New Algeria? Or
right.
what's a big city in Algeria? I need to learn. Algiers, New Algiers.
There you go. I like it. But just getting. At this point in time when the episode's coming out, the World Cup's going to be kind of getting to a close.
We aren't quite there yet, so just bear with us.
Right,
We're still in the round of 32.
Mm-hmm. But I want to take a moment just to chat about like what our experiences have been and just like all the craziness that this has been.
I mean, I don't know about you, Marika, but I've seen you absolutely crushing it as the host on the video board at all the games here at Kansas City Stadium as we call it. Of course, it's Arrowhead to us Kansas Cityans, but you've been crushing it there. It's been so fun. I've gotten to be a writer for the KC 2026 website, writing stories about all the awesome things that are happening in Kansas City. So I've gotten to go to a lot of the games. I actually traveled to LA during the World Cup to watch the U.S. men's national team. It was, of course, the game they lost to Turkey. But it didn't matter at that point, and it felt like just a party with the U.S. fans. It's been really one of the coolest experiences of my life, being able to see all of these fan bases, everything come to Kansas City, come to the North American region. It's been unbelievable.
I think we can just both be so eternally grateful for the opportunities we've had, and just like knowing that we've been following this sport for so long, and we've been seeing it from like its creation to maybe only the little kids were playing it, talking, watching it, to something that we've really embraced as a country and truly embraced in Kansas City. Like we said 100 times, like I wish every day could be the World Cup. I wish every.
I don't know. I think
okay.
I love it while it's around.
I do say that. I've been asked a lot, like, oh, what trip am I taking after this when I'm done? Like, where am I going? What beach am I going to? Guys, I'm not even going to a beach. I'm taking a coma. I'm scheduling a coma.
3-day nap.
Literally, no one contacted me for 3 days. Let's be generous. 5 days.
Yeah. I can understand why, because it's so fun while it's here, but I know that I'm going to be dead tired as soon as it's as soon as it's gone, and that's I think that's natural with something like this. Is you want to take it all in while it's here, and Kansas Cityans, you should be trying to take it all in. Go to things, see. I heard someone say something on social media, and it was like, you're not going to remember the day that you sat at home. I think it was Kevin Egan. He is an MLS broadcaster. He said, like, you're not going to remember the days you stayed at home and watched the game. Like, you're going to remember the experiences you had with people from different countries. And not every city in the United States gets to experience that, but here in Kansas City, we do get to experience that with people from other cultures coming to our city. So just check it out. And I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you're watching this, you probably are someone who has gone and checked it out. But if you haven't, I urge you, just go to FanFest one time. Go to, check out an area around downtown before one of the games that's here at Kansas City Stadium, and just experience what it's like to see the other cultures at least once, because I think you'll kick yourself if you don't.
Blake, you're like making me emotional over here. Before we move on, lasting remark about the World Cup. It is such a privilege and a blessing that we get to wake up tired every day.
Oh my goodness.
That we get to be like in the streets with all these countries and learning about culture and experiencing it and like truly having the most fun. I know I've been joking about this. I'm like, your wedding day is supposed to be your best day. Not mine. Hat trick, Messi. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say my wife someday is gonna have to live up to Messi scoring a hat trick or Eloy Room making 15 saves. Or the 3-3 game between Algeria and Austria. I don't know.
Or the orange parade down.
I wasn't lucky enough to go to that, obviously, but it looked amazing. I mean, Kansas City has just been glowing, and it's been so fun. So, Marika, while we're at this, we always do our power rankings here on Off the Pitch. So, in the spirit of the World Cup, and we're through the group stage, so we've seen a lot of the excitement. Obviously, things aren't quite as joyful after the group stage is a little more contentious because teams want to win, nations want to take down the other team that they're playing. So obviously the joy's still there, but it's a little more stress and anxiety. So while we've seen all the joy of this World Cup, let's go ahead and make a power ranking. So we're going to work as a team on this because, I know we've done a lot of against one another kind of thing.
It's a summer of unity. No
Yes,
more Blake
the summer of
versus
unity.
Marika.
I like that. So
it's
we're
the
going to
summer of Blake and Marika.
There we
we're working
go.
Together.
So we're going to be talking about our favorite nations, fan bases at the World Cup this summer. Marika, who are the teams that jump out to you? We can just kind of list off the teams we were thinking of, and then we'll come up with a top 5.
I like that. A team that I want to start off with, just because I think it's something that we're going to forget about if we don't mention it first. Japan. They've been so fun to watch.
They've been great.
I mean, that is just a culture of so much respect and love for just humanity and everywhere they are. I mean, did you not see the pictures of those players cleaning up their locker room?
And the fans doing the same? Also,
it's incredible.
The fans, they bring trash bags to the game.
Yes.
Which... First off, awesome, because you can wave it around during the game, and it's like it's a sick prop that you can use. Exactly, it looks cool. But then on top, and it's blue, so it's like their color, which is an interesting story if you haven't heard about why they wear blue, because their flag isn't blue. But anyway, they wave that around, and then after the game, they use them to clean up, which I think that more American fan bases should pick this up. Like some college fan base, the K-State, you're a K-Stater, they should pick that up. Or some fan base should pick that up. Like they should hand out trash bags before the game, and then they get used as like a prop during the game, and then after the game, everyone cleans it up. It'd be cool.
Yeah. I will say, I woke up this morning on Instagram, and it was a bunch of just like random, I think maybe Europeans or just other countries. Like it wasn't even like a Japan thing, and like they were embracing the tradition. Like they were cheering each other on for throwing their beer bottles away. Like that is hilarious. Like yes, we should keep doing that.
And it makes the jobs of the people that work in the stadium easier because they have a tough job. So I think Japan has to go in that list.
Yeah, it has to be somewhere.
And another team, I know the United States is hosting this World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should make the top 5 list, but I do think that this is the best I've ever seen the U.S. show up for a World Cup. It's been great. So I don't know if you think they should be top 5. I'm kind of borderline right now.
No, I think they do because I think it's been a big like discovery area for this country, learning and loving the sport. But we've been welcoming everyone so well. But even though there has been some talk about like what are your chances and stuff, they are bringing the energy to every single match.
It's true.
We will not shut up. Even if they don't know what's going on, I think they do now. Even if they didn't, they're still giving 110%. They're going crazy. They're partying in the streets before, they're partying afterwards. Like, we have the setup for it. I've seen people being like, let's bring college football traditions over. All for it. I think it's a very smooth transition here to really make ourselves like a fan powerhouse moving forward.
Agreed. The one gripe I have with the American fan base is I went to that game. Obviously, the U.S. played Turkey.
Insane that he went to this, by the way.
I paid $50 for 2 drinks after the game.
Yeah.
That's one thing we got to change in America.
We got to work on that one.
And the guy didn't tell me until he had already started making the drinks. And
that's the worst part.
I so badly wanted to be like, no, I'm not. Like $45? Are you kidding me?
Keep it.
Oh my! Yeah, I was like, you know what? You can drink that yourself. I'm good.
Yeah.
Thanks. But anyway,
one for you, one for me.
Yeah, I think the Netherlands have to be one that we mentioned. I think who else were we talking? Algeria has been incredible in Lawrence, Kansas. I feel like as Kansas Cityans, we kind of have to mention them as well. Who am I missing?
Well, I will say really quick about the Netherlands. I am Dutch. Marika is an extremely Dutch name. So it was so much fun walking around that match day, saying my name, and like people just acting like it was a normal name. They're like, my cousin's Marika. My sister's Marika. I'm like, there's other Marikas.
Didn't you just say you got a Marika that followed you on Instagram?
Yes. This sounds so silly because I know there's a lot of Blakes out there. But I dropped everything I was doing. I was like, I feel seen. There's other Marikas out there, and they're in Netherlands.
There you go. So we've got 4 there so far. Who are we missing? There's got to be good fan bases.
Oh, we got to go Norway.
The Norway fan base.
Wait. Blake, you know what to do. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was terrible. That was awful.
So bad.
So Norway's definitely in there.
Skip forward.
Who else are we missing? I think that might be our
Scotland.
5. Oh,
they were very
Scotland
fun.
So I'm knocking the USA out at this point, and Scotland's in there. Scotland took over Boston. They've been absolutely incredible. I feel like the Argentinian fan base has been insane. Obviously in Kansas City, I have to mention them. Marika, do we have to make a top 5? Who's number 1 for you?
Oh my gosh, that's so tricky. One more honorable mention, just because the likelihood is they're going to be playing a lot of matches in Kansas City. Colombia is the country.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to be a really wild
and
crowd.
I've seen them around, on social media and such. They're great. Okay, so my number 1, I think, is Scotland. I can't believe I didn't mention them, but yeah, I think Scotland. They stole the hearts of all of the United States.
Okay,
in
agree.
Boston.
I agree.
Do you think they're 1? Are you? You don't have to.
I think we can work together and be like 1s and 2s, like they're tiered.
Okay,
tiers.
We're gonna say in no particular order.
In no particular order. There we go.
Scotland is in there.
Netherlands is in there.
I'll give you that. That's a good one. Netherlands is in there. Do we think that Argentina is in there?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Because I don't think you could have realistically the World Cup without Argentina.
Also, obviously we saw them on our doorstep in Kansas City. I went down to the Banderosso down in the Mill Creek Park in the Plaza. That was incredible. And have you seen in Dallas the way they took over the stadium?
Yes. So
unbelievable.
Cool. So cool.
So Argentina definitely in there. It helps that they're, one of the favorites again. So,
right. You can't have it without them.
They're in there. I, as a Kansas City and someone who's enjoyed this storyline, want to say Algeria.
Yeah. What am I going to say? No?
You can say no.
I'm a Kansas Cityan too. They're awesome.
I know. They've been incredible. And they've welcomed me with such open arms. I feel like we welcomed them at first, but now they're welcoming me. I've been told I can go to Algeria and hang out with them. So maybe I will.
You got a place to stay while you're over there.
I guess so.
And also with Algeria too, I think it's really good payoff that we saw their first match. People excited for them. Lawrence loving them. And then the second match they had in Kansas City. I'm telling you, that stadium was green, red, and white. I mean, yeah, they were playing Austria too. But still, they had such a large group of fans there. And I know a lot of them probably were Kansans.
And one of the greatest games I've witnessed. So who else did we – those 4.
4? Oh, who's getting the last spot?
We said I don't think we put the USA in there. Who have we – oh, Norway. I think it's Norway.
There we go. Lassa would have texted us.
Yeah, Lassa would have given us a strongly worded note there. So, Marika, that's our top 5, or I guess in no particular order, our top 5 of our favorite fan bases at this World Cup. It's just been so fun watching everything unfold.
Talk about great ways to watch the World Cup. I will say first, MLS is almost back. Don't act like I didn't wear my kit on purpose today. St. Louis, watch out.
Speaking of St. Louis, we're going to talk to Jayden Reid later on this episode.
Exactly. We talked a lot about it with him.
I know.
But to get, wrap this up about our talk about the World Cup. Soccer, capital summer. We've been moving and grooving out there the past couple weeks. It has been so much fun. The concerts, the vibes have been incredible. I know we had a good chat with some, Mexico fans last time, but we sent Blake back out there as our sideline field reporter. And I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, we talked to a couple fans out there. So we heard about some of the favorite things that are going on during the World Cup and what's to look forward to. So let's just go straight to that. Welcome back here on Off the Pitch. As we continue to talk to some fans out here at Soccer Capital Summer here at Sporting Park, we're joined by Reid. Reid, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
So you just watched the Canadian men's national team score a late goal, a winner. Are you a big soccer fan? Did you enjoy that moment?
Yeah, that was really cool to watch. I'm actually just kind of getting into soccer. I turn on the World Cup about every 4 years, but I'm trying to get more into it, watch some of the local games. But, yeah, that was a really good game.
Yeah, that's incredible. I feel like soccer is celebrated in the best kind of way when the World Cup comes around. It's been so fun to see how everyone gets into it. And I know that you said you're kind of getting into soccer now. What have you enjoyed the most about this World Cup here in 2026? Anywhere, maybe Kansas City, but really anywhere in the United States, Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah, I think it's really cool just seeing the atmosphere and the different environments. You get people from all around the world, and I think Kansas City especially, we've really owned that, become real welcoming to people. Yeah, just seeing come together for one sport, love it.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been so much fun watching everything here in Kansas City unfold. We've had some incredible games in Kansas City. Messi scoring a hat trick. I mean, have you enjoyed watching Messi over the years?
Yes, I remember just growing up playing FIFA and stuff. Always loved playing with him on Barcelona. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Messi. I mean, one of the greatest players of all time, and like you said, Barcelona. Now he's playing in Major League Soccer. He's played in this stadium that we're sitting at. He did score against Sporting KC, so maybe unfortunate there, but he is one of the most fun players to watch. Reid, thanks so much for joining us here on Off the Pitch.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
So we're joined now by Chance out here at Soccer Capital Summer. Chance, you been having fun so far today?
Yeah, it's been a pretty cool experience, I would say.
So you got to watch the Canadian men's national team score that goal and win. What has this World Cup experience been like for you, getting to watch all these games, see all the culture collide here in Kansas City and across the United States, Canada, and Mexico?
I feel like it's been like pretty cool because like other countries kind of perceive America as being like crazy, but like when they get here, everybody's so like nice and like I guess welcoming and stuff, and we appreciate everybody else's culture.
Yeah, I think everyone's been able to appreciate what the real America has looked like throughout this tournament. You know, it's not just the LA, the New York, the big cities. You also get places like Kansas City, and they're, you know, traveling through other parts of the country as well. Have you seen some of those people on social media that are kind of traveling across the entire United States and seeing the beauty of this country?
Yeah, I've seen that the German guy, Freddie, who he thought like the big gulp at 7-Eleven was like the greatest invention ever.
I don't know, it might be.
It's up there for sure.
Yeah, it's been an incredible tournament. What has been some of your favorite moments from this tournament so far?
I thought Cape Verde like tying and like going on a run, and also their goalkeeper going from 50,000 followers on Instagram to like 5 million in a night. I thought that was pretty cool, and like all the smaller countries also getting their recognition along with the big countries.
We're into the knockout rounds now. Who do you think could make a serious run? I assume I don't want to be wrong here, but I assume you're rooting for the United States. Is that true?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, who do you think? United States obviously want them to go deep into this tournament, but who do you think could go far in this year's World Cup?
I think like France has a really good chance, Spain, but they haven't looked great recently. But I'd probably say, in my opinion, it's either France or Argentina are the favorites right now.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that, and I think the United States has a very good chance to make a deep run. Hey, Chance, we really appreciate you jumping on off the pitch here today.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, that is Chance. We'll keep going here on Off the Pitch. Welcome back here on Off the Pitch. We are now joined by Jayden Reid of Sporting Kansas City. Jayden, it's great to have you on.
It's great to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. We're so excited because I feel like a lot of the fans, as this is off the pitch, we want to just get to know you guys a little bit better off the pitch. And so to kind of start things off, tell us a little bit about how you came up and got into playing professional soccer and to now being with Sporting KC.
Okay, so I started soccer a bit late. I probably started at the age of 9. I used to run track before, so that's kind of where I built my speed up. Then I started off in the Red Bull Academy, where I played there until I was 17. And then I went to college at the University of Connecticut for 3 years. And then I signed my first professional contract at 21 with the New York Red Bulls as a homegrown. And then I was there for 1 year. I joined St. Louis second team for 6 months. And then I got signed to the first team, and I was there for a year and a half. And then after last year, I'm finally here at KC, and I'm loving it.
Then you saw the light, and
I
you
saw
decided to
the
come to
light.
Kansas City.
I saw the light.
You came home.
He came home, exactly.
Yes.
I love it. That's great. So you're one of the, I feel like a few of the college guys on this team. I have to think. I know Jansen played in college. Jacob Bartlett played a year in college. There's a number of guys who have played a little bit of college soccer. What was that like? Playing college soccer and then getting into the league. It's probably not as common now as it once was.
Yeah. So I think there's a bit of there's a little misconception about college soccer. Usually people look down upon it and things like that, but at least where I played, there was guys from, overseas, France, Germany, Senegal, and these guys are very, very, very talented at what they do. And it's just so hard to make it over there in those countries, because the competition is so high. So they have to fall back on getting a degree, and they play soccer in the meantime. So I feel like I gained so much experience just playing with these older seasoned guys. And then, when I came here, obviously there was another big jump, but I thought, college soccer was still a high level. It was a very high level, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it, yeah.
And honestly, who knows? We talk about this with the World Cup because the last time the World Cup was in America is literally what created Major League Soccer. Maybe that's going to be the new turning point, too, that, the sport's just going to continuously, grow and grow and grow here.
Yeah, my dream, and I know this is very far-fetched.
Do tell us.
You can tell me it's far-fetched. But you think of, UConn, right? The amount of people that show up for those basketball games and all that. Or, the college football atmospheres. I know UConn's not necessarily a big school for college basketball or college football.
I was like, whoa, basketball.
But they're huge for college basketball.
Basketball is
I don't want to get there.
Can't talk bad
We
about
need
UConn
to get into that. I have a question for you about that. But overall, my dream would be, to see that kind of atmosphere for college soccer. And even if I just want it to become a little more respected, and that younger players can know that that's one of the paths to get to playing a professional soccer. And I just think that soccer culture in the United States could grow through college culture, because you look at all of the great chants that we're seeing across the different countries this year. So much of the great sports culture in the United States comes from collegiate sports. And I think that soccer would be such a good way to get the American soccer culture kind of ingrained into the people, would be through college. So that's my big dream.
Yep.
So I'm kind of in two minds about that, because I definitely see the college soccer as a pathway, but nowadays it's like kids in these academies are signing from 14.
It's true.
Look at this kid, Julian Hall on New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
I know, it's unbelievable.
Kevin Sullivan.
Yep.
There's more and more kids like that who are skipping the college route.
That's
and
fair.
They're just signing straight professional, and they're going to
But both
Europe.
can exist, right?
Both can
Yeah, both
definitely
can exist, and
you know?
I feel like you as an individual, getting that college experience also just makes you more well-rounded.
100%.
I have to ask this question because it always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
What'd you study? What'd you like to study?
Oh, great
Because
question.
when we asked Jansen, that guy had no answer.
So what did I like to study? Probably nothing. But what did I study? I studied finance.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
So you're good with your money
Pretty
now?
I'm good with my I think so.
Have you chatted with
Knock on wood.
Shayway at all?
Yeah, Shayway. But
Yep.
Shayway is a very inside guy. He doesn't like saying too much.
That's
so
true.
Fair.
I always go to him. I'm like, bro, can you please give me some advice? Bro, give me something,
That's
Ryan,
awesome.
we know you're listening.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
we know you're listening, man.
I'll help our guy Jayden out. So my question about college basketball is UConn a blue blood?
Yes, blue blood.
There's a lot of people who would say it's not.
So hold on. So define blue blood for me.
Because people would say a blue blood is like a historic, successful program that, like, you look back decade over decade, they are consistently good.
Blake, how could they not be?
There's people say that they say they are new blue blood, like they're in the new, because they hadn't
No
won a
way.
national championship until they won two in a row.
So look at this. We got guys like Ray Allen,
Oh, that's fair.
Kemba Walker. Go to the female side. They're notorious.
That's, okay,
They're-
I'll
That's
give you
true.
that on the
Yeah, way to
women's
go, Blake.
basketball
Pace
side.
Bookers,
They are yeah, okay.
Azzy Fudd, they're
I just wanted to
We
kind of stir
definitely
things up
do.
here a little bit.
definitely
No,
do.
okay,
Yeah.
that's totally fair. So now that you've seen the light and you're in Kansas City and you can be here, what have you enjoyed so far about coming to Kansas City?
So I feel like with KC, so I'm from New York.
Yeah.
So it's a big shift. New York
yeah.
is always so busy, always something to do. And Kansas is a little bit more relaxed. And I feel like at the point of life I'm in right now, that's exactly what I need. So I enjoy trainings. I enjoy chilling with my teammates. On some time off, going to walk downtown. I live 5 minutes from Power and Light.
Yeah.
Even now, World Cup time, KC Live, it's absolutely packed. It's such an experience. I say I'm a chill guy, whereas like I don't like to do too much outside, But when I do go outside, it's mainly to like good restaurants or the mall or just Power and Light. I'm
Yep.
still looking for new things. I'm still new to KC.
Sure.
so.
Hey, we'll send you over our list. I
Yes,
feel
yes,
like
please.
we've got
I know
some
there's
good
some
stuff.
good ambassadors on the team to help get you
Yeah.
guys doing things. We're always
Yeah.
chatting with them, but like we'll show you our spots too. Now
right,
you
I'll
mentioned
definitely
Power
see.
and Light during
Yeah.
the World Cup. At the time of filming, we're in the round of 32 right now, so we never had. By the time this episode comes out, what have been your takes on the World Cup in America so far?
Honestly, I think that aside from just being in America, I think it's one of the best World Cups we've ever
Agreed.
had. Like,
Games wise and
look at
everything.
the Algeria-Austria game. the other
Yeah.
night.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And honestly, bringing it to America, I love it because Americans are getting more exposure, and the fact that our U.S. team is doing so well right now, that boosts all of us, you know what I mean? So now it's like European clubs are like, okay, you know what? Let's take another chance on this American kid.
Yep.
They're proving themselves. So I think it's a phenomenal idea, and I think we're executing it perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's been so cool that Europeans have gotten to see kind of what the real American culture is like. Not necessarily the, New York, LA. Obviously, those places are great, but that's what they traditionally would only know the United States as. And they're getting to see, Kansas City, or even I've seen, there's obviously the famous people on social media, the Freddies of the world, as he's gone around the whole
ranch.
Yeah, he's gone across the whole South. But there's so many people that are going into these more, real American cities as opposed to the ones that are just necessarily seen on TV.
Exactly.
And I think it's been cool for so many Europeans to see that. But then on the flip side, I think Americans are realizing, our country actually is pretty great. Like,
Yeah.
even though all the social media and everything that you see online is not necessarily positive all the time, you realize that actually there's so many good things about this country, and the people that live in this country are awesome. So it feels like it's been a really
100%.
a big celebration of American culture.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
agree totally. You know?
Now, I want to get your take really quick, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Who do you think's winning it all? You know?
France. I think France.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
we'll
just
see.
think I don't really see anybody stopping them. And, you know, they started off a bit slow against Senegal, but, like, they've really picked it up and they're flying now. You know, they just have so many pieces. Like, if Mbappe doesn't have a good game, then Dembele will. If Dembele doesn't, Olise will.
It is absolutely absurd to me that they have a player on their team that won a Ballon d'Or, and he's not even the best player on the team.
I know.
Ousmane Dembele, that is, and then
Yeah.
obviously Mbappe. It's just like this team is unbelievable.
It's
But
stacked. It's
so we just had Lasse on not too long ago, and he said Norway. Do you think that he's right about that?
I think there's a bit of bias. In there, you know what I
Just
mean?
a bit.
But even so, Norway has a very good team.
Yeah,
They
no,
have a
they
very
are
good.
team,
They're
you
very
know?
good.
They have Holland.
That's
It's
about
hard
it.
to stop
That's
that
what you
guy.
need.
They
Yeah.
got Odegaard, you know?
Yeah. No.
I think they got some good pieces.
This-
Hopefully they go very far.
It'd be fun to see them. Obviously, now as we're recording, we don't know when
Right.
or how deep they've gone into the tournament by the time this goes out. But it'd be fun to see them go make a little bit of a run. I know that they've been very welcomed by the places they've gone because the fan base is great.
Yeah,
I think it's been so fun to see all those different chants, all the different cool things.
100%.
All over my Instagram is just straight.
The
It's
row.
just rowing.
Oh, really?
All over my Instagram. It's
It's
flooded with
incredible.
fans.
Yeah. Now, talking about the MLS a little bit, getting back into, sporting, big rivalry coming up. You've seen both sides of it. What are your feelings right now? What are your takes? Got any messages?
My blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. I'm just very excited for that game. You know, that was definitely a game that was circled on my calendar from the minute I signed here. And now it's just time to lock in, get super focused, and I'm just ready for that game. You know, I love my brothers out in St. Louis, but it's war that game. You know,
They're going down.
Yeah, they got to go down. You know?
How do you approach those games? Because we kind of talked with Lasse about this. For those of you that haven't seen an episode, you can go back and watch that one with Lasse. But he said, you maybe don't want to try and approach that game differently because it's still just another game, but it's inevitable that you do approach it a little bit differently. Like, how have you found that?
So I think that those games against a former club definitely gets into a different zone. You know, like we just played Red Bulls the other day. And I don't know. It just hits home. It hits home. You know, it's like you just have way more adrenaline for those kind of games against your former clubs, and you just want to prove a point.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it comes down to, and that just forces you to just play harder every single second of the 90 minutes, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited that's also how we're getting back in
Yeah.
to the season from this World Cup break because I think so many fans are going to be like, wow, like I just discovered the sport. This is so fun. Like, and now we're like, yeah, and we're going to show you one of the funnest matches.
Honestly, one of the
games to
best
watch all
rivalries in
season.
Major League Soccer. I feel
100%.
like we've seen some incredible matches. Obviously, I think back to 2023 when they joined the league, they finished first. I mean, obviously, you remember those years as well, of course. Yeah. But that was so much fun from the Sporting Kansas City side of things to be able to take St. Louis down and kind of take away some of that thunder that they were stealing because you guys were so good that year. Obviously, it was a great year. St. Louis was fantastic, and so it's been fun to see Kansas City really just celebrate this rivalry and really take it to heart because with rivalries like this, you just never know if the fan base is going to accept it in the way that you want them to, and the Kansas
I
City
think we
fan
accepted it almost a little too much.
base. No, I think we should absolutely promote
Accept it
that, and I hope
more.
the new
100%.
fans. I hope the new fans that come in, like you said, because they've seen the World Cup and they have fallen in love with soccer, are able to accept that rivalry because, whether or not you're a soccer person, I think Kansas Cityans just have that, not hatred, but the rivalry with St. Louis because it's the two big cities in Missouri and, there's kind of that built-in rivalry. So it's been fun.
Is the game going to be on a weekday?
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Thursday's the new Friday. Friday's the new Saturday.
With the World Cup time, my days are all,
Honestly,
It's
the
just
same
one
here.
long weekend.
My days are mixed up. I don't even know what day is Saturday, what day is Monday.
Because then after that, it'll be a home game against Minnesota United on that following Wednesday, so 6 days later. It's going to be a great time. I know if you guys haven't already gotten tickets to go to that game and to go around, it's going to be this back half of the season. I know I'm shouting out that back half bundle that we've talked about again because fans can get in for all 10 home games. They can pay half the price, only pay for 5. It's going to be so fun to see that back half of the season from you guys because it's going to be a lot of games in a bit of a shorter period of time, and it's going to be just a lot of great action. I know that you guys are moving in a great direction the way we saw all those last couple games heading into the break. It's going to be fun. I don't know. I'm sure you're pumped. You're ready to go.
I'm pumped, and us as players, like we know we didn't do enough in the first half of the season. We didn't bring the fans what they deserved. And changes are being made, and we're all hungry.
Yeah.
We're all hungry to do better, So
Hey, we love to hear it. Now, I know we're going to get our next questions ready, put together, but in the meantime, while we're getting them ready, I want to get to a little bit to know more about you off the pitch more, outside of this. What do you like to do for fun? Do you have any hobbies, interests, passion, any music you might like?
So, I really do like making music.
Do you
I like
really?
to make music myself.
I didn't want to call it out, but
Okay.
I got you on SoundCloud.
Oh, you have me on Sound- Oh, okay. I like that.
Do you want to shout it out? Like you can.
I mean, yeah, I have a song out on Apple Music.
Ooh.
It's called "Where You Wanna Go."
Where you want to
You know,
go?
it's more like a Valentine's Day kind of song. So,
Okay.
maybe
It's
February
fire.
14th, you guys could give that a play to your missus. I think it's pretty decent, but it's up to you guys to decide.
Have you shared this like with the team?
I've shared it with the team.
Because I feel like that is a scary place to be, to share it with the team, to know that they could totally like give you a lot of crap for it.
So I
How
had
was
to
the reaction?
perform it. I had to perform
You
it.
performed it?
Yes, in preseason.
Wait, how was that?
For the initiation. It was good. I had a bit of goosebumps, a bit of
I'm
nerves,
sure.
but it was good. And the guys, it was good reception.
They like hyped
Some
you up
guys
for it?
wanted the song, so it was
That's
pretty
good.
nice.
I'm
That's pretty
thinking
nice.
you got to write, like, your next song needs to be, like, hype, like, post-win. Because imagine, huge sporting win, rivalry night, back in the locker room, and, like, Jay Smooth's going.
100%. That's a great idea.
So I was gonna say, do you know of Joseph Paintsil for LA Galaxy?
Yeah. He makes
I'm
music?
pretty sure. Yeah, so he makes music, and I'm pretty sure one of his songs plays after he scores at LA Galaxy games.
Wow.
So like, maybe you got a new idea.
Not trying to
that's
inspire
a dream.
you.
That's
There
a
you
dream.
go.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a dream.
Well, it's time now we get into the supporter section. Marika, do you want me to start us off, or do you want to start us
I'll
off?
let you start off.
Okay, so we've got a Kansas City question.
Okay.
What's your favorite barbecue spot?
Barbecue spot. I like Korean barbecue. That's where you make your own food. And
Okay, yeah, I actually just had Korean barbecue for the
Did?
first time,
Yeah.
not too long ago.
I like Korean barbecue. I think that's kind of one of my favorites. Nice where you go, people you love, and you spend some time. Cook some good food with them, different kind of food. It's just a different kind of experience, which
Yeah.
I think everybody should experience.
So not the Kansas City barbecue?
Is there a Kansas City barbecue?
Oh, I mean, it's just.
I
it's
told
We'll
you.
cut it out. We'll cut it out, guys. Don't worry.
No, it's
I
just-
don't even
it's
know.
Just, it's just classic barbecue with like your sandwiches, your meats, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
we gotta get
Like,
Jayden
you
in
guys
on
are the
this.
culture, you the KC,
We
you
gotta
guys are the
get him in on the
culture.
culture.
We're kind of famous for barbecue.
Yeah,
We'll show you the right
Really?
spots.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, did people make a big deal about that in St. Louis while you were there? Like, did they say that
No,
St. Louis
only
had
thing I
barbecue?
heard about St. Louis was a toasted raviolis.
Those are pretty good. I'll give them that.
That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything about the barbecue.
Okay.
Just
Well,
toasted ravioli.
Right.
this is our time. We're gonna show you a couple spots for barbecue.
I would say cancel your dinner plans. Like Blake and I got you. So our next question's from Andrew P01. And we're just kind of talking about this a little bit ago. What's the best difference between Kansas City and St. Louis? Not to fuel the fire, but
Wow.
I'm going to do
The
it.
best difference? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'd probably say the best difference is, this is not a knock on St. Louis at all, but I just think that there's kind of a better culture within the sporting Kansas City environment. I think, St. Louis has a good fan base as well, but I just think the internal culture, like within the club, is much better, like from the coaches to the staff to, just the staff trying to improve players and get everybody on one page and everything being so cohesive and transparent. I think that is the biggest difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would
Very good.
say that's
Kansas City fans will love to hear that.
Yeah, I was like, we'll take it.
So Casey Eduardo Guerra says, "Why pick 99?"
Okay, so, I could have gone the traditional route, chosen number 3 or number 4. But I just feel like 99 is a bit different, That's a bit of an X factor kind of thing, and it's just a bit of a standing out kind of thing. And I don't know, 99 had just stuck to me. It stuck to me 2 years ago, and I feel like I'm going to stick with it until I can.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to set yourself apart. I feel like you seem like
100%.
someone who wants to be you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally agree with that. Now, one last question here. If you had to describe the upcoming rivalry in one word, what are you picking?
War.
Ooh,
that's good.
I like that
War.
one.
Let's see if the
War.
Kansas City fans can bring the war feeling. That
I
I
like
know
that.
that the supporter section here they always bring the energy, and I know some of the best atmospheres at Sporting Park have been against St. Louis. Or I remember Omaha, we played a game in the Open Cup. I want to say it was 2021, 2022,
Yeah.
and they brought a good traveling fan base. I just feel like whenever there's a good traveling fan base and you kind of have the dueling crowds, that
Very
makes
nice.
for an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah,
So I
100%.
hope that we can continue year over year to get more of that. Yeah. So, well, as we start to wrap things up, we always love to wrap up with some rapid fire questions here
Okay.
I'll
on
start us
Off the
off.
Pitch. So, Marika, yeah, throw
All right,
one at us.
question number 1. No pressure, but you're kind of on the clock here. What is your favorite KC restaurant or coffee shop?
Favorite KC restaurant? I would probably say the Blue Sushi Grill.
That's good. That's good.
Ball knower. Ball knower right
Okay.
here.
Fun fact: every Sunday, I
Yep.
think all day they have happy hour.
Really?
So you can go get
It's
like
so
me and
good.
one of my friends will do that. We'll go get a couple, like 3 or 4 rolls of sushi, and it's really cheap.
was good.
It's,
It was
it's
good.
delicious, dude. That's a good pull. I
a
like
good
that.
shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout. So, what's your favorite hidden gem in Kansas City? A place that you found that maybe not a lot of people know about that you like to go to?
So hidden gem, it's not really a hidden gem, but
Okay.
I gotta say Power and Light. I haven't seen anything
Yep.
better
Yeah.
than that. Especially World Cup time, I have not seen anything better than that.
So that's what you tell someone if they came to Kansas City. You're like,
100%.
you got to go check that out.
Go to Power and Light.
That's good.
That's actually what I tell everybody who
Good.
I tell to come here.
Yeah, it's a great spot, and especially like
We
you
do it
said,
well.
World Cup time. It is the place to be.
Yeah.
100%. All right, next question. What is like one of your favorite pregame songs to get you in the mood?
Where you want to go?
Oh, where you want to go? Maybe that's
That's
up
not
there.
pregame. That's more like
Right.
another day.
Yeah. But I like Knife Talk by 21 Savage.
Yeah.
That song gets me in the zone.
That's a good one.
That's perfect. How about your favorite sporting moment so far?
Favorite sporting moment was, other than when I signed, was I probably got to say our win against Austin.
Yeah.
You know, like we grinded that game.
Absolutely.
You know, and
That was a big one.
that was a big one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fun one to watch. All right, final question here. Who do you think is the funniest teammate?
I think Jansen Miller got it. I think Jansen Miller might be our funniest teammate. 100%.
Yeah. I can see that. We've had him on the show, and
He's a
just
good guy.
he loves. Yeah, he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah. He just living life. He just lives life. Flows to the wind. You know, cool guy.
Yeah.
But Zoran Basong is also up there.
Ooh, we
Oh,
just
yeah.
heard. Yeah, we heard
It's
lots
t-
of talking
it's
about
neck
that
and
one.
neck with them.
Yeah.
100%.
I think I'd love to see the two of them just hanging out together. Like, I don't know what they're talking
You see it
about.
every day.
Just
but
be a fly on the
entertaining.
wall.
Yeah, entertaining for sure.
That's good. It seems like a pretty fun locker room. A lot of guys
Yeah,
that have a lot of fun.
It's really nice. It's
Yep.
really nice. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us here on the show. It's been great to have you, Jay.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, as we start to wrap things up here on Off the Pitch, Marika, go ahead and shout yourself out. Where can people find you?
Absolutely. You can find me on all socials at Marika Davis _. What about you, Blake?
Yeah, at Blake Arnie on all social medias, at Sporting KC on all socials. If you haven't found those already, go ahead and follow Sporting KC. If you're a new fan that's just joining us from the World Cup, come join us. Jayden, where can they find you?
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Jayden Reid, 2 Y's.
And
yeah.
and where you want to go on
Where
Apple
you wanna
Music?
go, you have to type in J Smooth.
Jay
Where
Smooth.
you
With a
want to
V.
go?
Smooth.
There we go.
That's the rap name.
Jay Smooth. I want to shout it out because
that's
I love
cool.
it. I love
Hey,
it.
it's a fire
appreciate
song,
that.
I won't lie. And
not
then
that
we'll
bad.
be back at home July 22nd. And you got to be there, fans. It's going to be a fun one to come back to.